What's up, guys? This is Men's Health Network, and today we're talking about mental health. A significant part of staying healthy includes taking care of your mental health. This covers everything to do with your emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It's about the way you think, the way you feel and behave, impacts the way you deal with stress, how you build relationships, and ultimately, how you make decisions. Maintaining a good state of mental health allows you to live up to your dreams and goals, learn effectively, deliver productive work, and contribute meaningfully to your community and family. Unfortunately, not all men have the highest quality access to mental health support. That's where effective mental health legislation steps in to protect and support men with mental health conditions, ensure access to treatment, and reduce stigma. This video will discuss not only the importance of legislation supporting mental health, but also provide a few examples of legislative efforts aimed at improving men's mental health. The Men's Health Awareness and Improvement Act is a bill establishing the Office of Men's Health within the Department of Health and Human Services, otherwise known as the HHS. The bill was introduced by former Representative for New Jersey's 10th Congressional District, Donald Payne Jr., in 2023. According to the bill, the Office of Men's Health would support men's health initiatives and programs. It would also require studies and reports on important topics within men's health, including mental health. For example, in the first year after the bill was enacted, the director of the National Institute of Mental Health published a study examining whether there are issues of underdiagnosis of men's mental health concerns. Great work, Representative Payne. Named after Navy Petty Officer 3rd Class Brandon Caserta, the Brandon Act aims to improve the screening and referral process for members of the U.S. military who are seeking confidential evaluations for various mental health conditions. Through the U.S. Department of Defense, service members can request mental health care for any reason at any time and in any environment. This act is focused on reducing the stigma associated with looking for help. It also provides commanding officers and supervisors with training and established procedures that would expand the range of tools and resources available to support the needs of service members' mental health. President Joe Biden signed the Brandon Act into law on December 27, 2021. The act is part of the larger 2022 National Defense Authorization Act. The Restoring Hope for Mental Health and Well-Being Act of 2022, introduced by New Jersey Representative Frank Pallone, is dedicated to building a stronger behavioral health crisis system in the United States. The bill would invest in crisis response while also addressing mental health and substance use disorders needed across American community. Additionally, the bill would authorize important programs focused on supporting young people experiencing homelessness, underage drinking, and imprisonment. It requires the Department of Health and Human Services to create a behavioral health crisis coordination office. With the input of mental health care providers and administrators at the federal, state, local, and private levels, the office would make recommendations for mental health, best practices and procedures, collect data to improve mental health care outcomes, oversee important programs like the Veterans Crisis Line, and expand across to local crisis call centers and post-crisis follow-up care. The efforts of the Men's Health Awareness and Improvement Act, the Brandon Act, and the Restoring Hope for Mental Health and Well-Being Act are just 3 examples of important legislative support for men's mental health. Taking care of your mental health is a key element of maintaining good overall health and well-being. By paying attention to your emotional, psychological, and social well-being, you can continue to contribute positively to your community and navigate life's challenges. To learn more about the signs of mental health issues or take steps towards better mental health, visit the Men's Health Network website at menshealthnetwork.org to get started today. Men's Health Network, out.